Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Ruthless Trading live trading video recap. This is capturing my trades from the day before, all live streamed to the members of the Ruthless Trading Discord community. In real time, we trade every day from about 9:15 to 11:30. What I mean by live, this is not a pre-recorded trading session where I come back and talk about the trade. This was the exact same trading commentary streamed to the members in the Discord community all in real time. All I've done is recorded the trading session as they played out and posted here to YouTube for your education and enjoyment. If you're interested in joining our trading community and learning more about how to trade, I'll post a link to the Discord below. Got some great members in the community. We've got a lot of experience within the community, including myself and some others that have been trading for, 10 plus years. We got some traders in there that have been trading, from 6 months to a year that are kind of just getting started in their journey, kind of soaking up information from some of the more experienced traders in there. And then, of course, we got brand new traders in there, never traded before, looking to jump in. They join the Discord. It's free to join. They ask a bunch of questions. Either myself or other experienced traders will go in there and help answer them. So enjoy the recap here and look forward to seeing you into the community.
So good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Monday, October 21st, 10:09 here in the market. Getting a little bit late start just because if you look at the economic calendar right now, we don't have a lot of news. You can see the market's not really moving without a lot of news in the market here. So going to be a little bit slower of a day here. Doesn't mean that we won't have any possible trades. Don't really have any news until 1 p.m. So we don't have to worry about that as far as if we jump into a trade. And some wild volatility kind of comes out of nowhere. We won't see that today. But again, we won't see a huge opportunity in the market. We're going to have to really be patient today just because the market's not going to be moving crazy without really any news to kind of get the markets moving in either direction. So right now, market opened up here on the SPY 583.85. On a slight little uptrend here, we are above the VWAP, above the 200 moving average. That's above the 20 here, so definitely more on the bullish train here. So we're just going to sit back, be patient, see if we can't get any pullback opportunities to buy long, see if the market shifts, have shorting opportunities, just to kind of see what the market gives us. RSI right now kind of sitting in the 62 range, so a little bit overbought here, just by a little bit. Again, I like to buy when the RSI is right around the 50, depending on the setup, kind of give you the maximum opportunity for risk versus reward. So again, a little bit slower of a day. We're going to have to kind of sit back, be patient here. That's why I jumped on a little bit later. That and on top of having to restart the computer. So again, as you can see, market's moving slow today. We just don't have any news really pushing the markets. Again, we're going to sit back. Hopefully we'll get some type of volatility here, some type of movement, some volume in the markets, be able to get some money made here on the day. But again, we're going to have to be patient today. It's going to be a bit of a slower day. We kind of knew that coming in, I guess, with the economic calendar and then as well. So I jumped on a little bit later today.
Order filled.
Jump in here to the long side. Trading platform is going to be TradeStation. Is who I personally use for trading futures. A lot of different platforms out there. You know, use the ones whatever works for you. Of course, I like TradeStation the best as far as trading futures go. So we're here to the long side, 2 contracts. Oh, there we go. Nice little pump here. Up about 200 bucks. There we go. We'll put some sell orders up here. Let's see if we can't make something out of nothing today. Nice little run up here, 250, 275. Let's see if we can get up to that $400 range today. We're trying to at least take about 500 bucks out of the market. I'd be happy on a slow moving day like that. If we can hit our profit targets, we'll be up about 450 on the day here. Also have limit orders all the way back at that 9 and 20 as well. In case we have a pullback, I would add to this, looking for the next run up here. You know, RSI is at 66, so we're not in that 70 range just yet. We get to that 70 range, that's kind of like where I like to take profits at as far as RSI. Again, I will add if it comes back down to the 9 and 20 moving averages here. Again, staying patient on this trade. Again, we've got these dip buys back down to the 9 and 20 moving average. Looking for this to run up toward that 59 100 area. Again, this is the type of day it's going to be, just a slow moving plays here. So had that big run up, came back down to the 9 moving average, testing it here. Again, we're looking for the next push.
Order filled.
All right, getting that little pullback here. I'm going to have these limit orders kind of sitting down here. So I thought this may happen. Sometimes we get that kind of big red candle here that's going to come down, kind of get filled underneath the 20 moving average and then run back up here. So what we're going to be looking for here on this pullback, so we want this to run back up and hold above the 9 moving average here. So all is good as if we can close back above this 9. I don't want to see us get caught in between the 9 and the 20. Then we'll have to make a decision on what we do from here. But 4 contracts in here, got a decent sized position. If we can get this close above the 9, we should shoot higher, and that's going to put our P&L nicely on the day. 4 contracts here. Let's see, got to be patient in here. This may consolidate between that 9 and the 20 before it decides its next move here. Again, I got limit orders all the way down there to the volume weighted average price if we get a big pullback here on the SPY. So again, we want to be patient. In slower moving day, we'd still like to see this close above the 9 moving average. That'll give us our next run here.
Order
So
filled.
we're going to add down here to the volume weighted average price.
Order filled.
Nice little lower shadow here off the VWAP. Now we're looking for the push back up. Again, right there on the VWAP, looking for this to push back up toward that 9 and 20. Stop loss is going to be if this breaks that volume weighted average price. So holding the VWAP here. What we're looking for is that push off the VWAP.
Order filled.
Ooh, big pullback here. My stop losses are getting hit. Man, we may take a decent sized loss on this. Very unexpected after that kind of run that we got here. So closed out some of the position here, taking some risk off the table. Again, where all my stop losses are at down here. It's very unexpected pullback underneath this VWAP area. So we're definitely in the oversold side of things here. Man, we may be starting off Monday with a loss here. Never fun.
Order filled.
Getting filled here. Stop losses are getting hit.
Order filled. Order
Some
filled.
stop losses getting hit. The thing is, though, we do have some good opportunities to short the market now. Fortunately, our long position's not going to work out for us this morning. We got some work to do here. Volatility coming into the downside here. Look at that move. It's going to put us down $1,700 to start the day. What a move to the downside. Fortunately, that is not in our direction here. But again, now we know we got some shorting opportunities. If the market pops back up, we can look to short here. Now that we're underneath the VWAP, underneath the 200s, nines below the 20. Quick move to the downside here. Market moving slow all morning, but that downside volume came in quick. So 10:35 here in the market, looking for the next opportunity here. Looking for the next trade setup here. Hopefully we can get one. If not, man, I do not want to walk away with a $1,700 loss this morning, but that might be exactly how we start the week. Market just getting ugly at this point here, continuing to pull back. Again, that's why stop losses are so important here. You know, if we're still trying to hold this long, we would be getting crushed right now. Again, now we're just waiting for the next trade opportunity. Most likely, the trade setup's probably going to be to the short side again, but we've got to wait for the setup. What I'd be looking for is I need this to run all the way back up, pretty much, and get it back above that 20 moving average. See if it retests that like VWAP area, and if we get above the 20, and then we have a pullback underneath it, that's where my short entry is going to be. And then also vice versa. If we do run all the way back up, we get above the 20 moving average, get above the VWAP, the 9 crosses back over, then it would be an opportunity back to the long side. But we've got to wait for opportunity for a trade setup here. RSI is very oversold here at the 32 range. So we need it, again, the market to run up a little bit and give us the trade setup to be able to take. It's 10:42 here, so we've got about 20 minutes left of the trading day, seeing if we can't get a setup. And if we don't get it, unfortunately, we're going to start the week off with a pretty decent-sized loss here, which is never any fun. So market with the continued nasty pullback here. Again, we're still waiting for a trade opportunity. It's 10:48. Got about 10 minutes here. Hopefully we can get this. I mean, it'll set itself up for a nice trade if we can snag the setup that I'm looking for. Again, if not, we're going to start the week off in the hole and have some work to do the rest of the week here. But again, the loss isn't too crazy. Nothing that we can't get back within a day or two. Unfortunately, that trade just really went against us. I'm really going to look into some trade metrics here because I swear, when I go short, shorts are always the best opportunity to make money in the market. Because as you can see today, when the market pulls back, the market just loves to continue to pull back. Versus we don't usually see the market unless there's news out that day, where it has a continued move to the upside. And if it is, it's very slow with a lot of different pullbacks. And shorts, man, they just love to come in there. And like I said, when the market goes short, it goes short. If you were trading, and maybe you were, maybe you weren't, during the pandemic in 2020, I mean, again, the 2020 is still going to be the best trading year, I've ever had in 2020, just because the market to the downside was just so unbelievably profitable. I mean, and you didn't even really have to know much about trading. At that point, I'd been trading, probably for at least 3 years full time. In 2020, as I kind of went full time in 2017, but you didn't have to know much. You just know, the pandemic, everybody was scared. Nobody knew what was going on. There was death numbers rolling in and day out. It was just wake up, short the market, and just sit back and watch your P&L go bananas. And then same thing with, kind of that V-shaped recovery that we had. When the market, decided to go to 0% interest rates and quantitative easing and pretty much just print money, those were kind of no-brainer times too for a little bit just to go long in the market. But definitely the money was made to the downside during that COVID. And then I swear, if I look at my metrics, go back and take a look at them, I probably make 4 to 5 times the money to the short side than I do to the long side. But I try not to be a one-sided trader, but it's tough when you always see these big downward moves in the market. Because like I said, if we would have took us to the short side, our P&L would be a whole different story today. But we're still looking for the setup here. We may or may not get it. It's just RSI's at 31. I can't pull the trigger to the short here. We're already oversold. The risk versus reward is just not there, even if the market does continue to pull back. We need this to pump back up, kind of get above the 20 moving average, kind of test, maybe up to that 200 moving average now, that volume weighted average price. And then if we see it re-crack, that's where you enter the short at. But man, unfortunately, like I said, if we don't get the trade opportunity, I'm going to start the week off with a pretty decent size L. But like I said, nothing too crazy, nothing, we can't get back within a day or two. And that's the big key when you do take losses, to make sure, they're not out of control. And again, stop losses are important, right? Underneath that VWAP was where my stop loss was at. But could you imagine here, even if I didn't add to this and I just had these 7 contracts alongside, and I was like, oh, the market will turn around, or it'll bounce off the 200 and run back up. You tell yourself those things because you don't want to take a decent size L. Imagine if I'm still holding short here. And that's how newer traders that, I've been there, done this as a newer trader, is you tell yourself these things oh, the market, we're so overextended, it'll pop back up. And then before you know it, we're all the way down here. And the $1,700 loss now is no telling. That would probably be a $6,000 loss right now if I'm still holding on, hoping the market's going to recover or something like that. So sometimes you got to bite the bullet. You got to have those stop losses in. Again, that is the key to trading, is not letting your losses get out of control. Is really ultimately what it comes down to. If you have risk management is key, and as long as you don't let your losses get out of control, you're going to have those winning days in there. You always want your winners to be, bigger than your losers at the end of the day. That's all profitability is in trading. But it's tough. It's a lot easier said than done. You can tell yourself that 100 times and you get put in a situation where, the mental side of trading comes in, and you're like, oh, the market will bounce back up or something, and you let the losses get a little bit out of control. And again, my rule's always been, people are like, I don't set like a hard dollar limit. I let the market tell me that I'm wrong, right? And the 9 was still above the 20 all throughout here, but once we got underneath that VWAP and we started to crack, I knew I was wrong and just let the stop losses come down and fill me down there. But like I said, as long as your losses don't take anywhere from, 2 to 3 days, to make back. $1,700 loss, as long as we average like we normally do, $700-800. We always have those nice little $1,500 winning days, $2,000 winning days, and even sometimes greater than that. This is a very manageable loss. It's where you get like I said, if I took a $4,000 to $5,000 loss here, now I've got to trade consistently for maybe a week and a half to make that trade back, and that's barring I don't go into a little bit of a downtrend, and you'll have those swings in trading as well. Where you'll have those. I've had those. I think the record that I had was 47 trading days in the green, right? But you'll also have a little bit of a slump that'll happen, and it may be due to your trading, it may be due to just the market conditions, for your trading plan, where you're gonna have 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 days of losses, right? And you go into that, that downswing that happens, then you've got to, really try to pull yourself out. Again, I haven't had a downswing like that in a long time, but when I do, I kind of go into a quote unquote like trader rehab, when I start to kind of get in a slump and slow things up, where I don't try to change my trading style or anything like that, because the trading style is what got you to be a profitable trader. But what I'll do is I'll really minimize my size back down until I start to build that confidence back up, and then really analyze, is it my trading that's causing this, or is it really just the market conditions, that is happening? As long as I would take the same trades as I would, 10 out of 10 times, but the trades aren't just working out due to market conditions, I'm okay with that, because that is going to happen, right? And those are the times where even newer traders will start to question your strategy. Again, coming from experience, been there, done that. I've gone through those downswings, and then I'm like, well, maybe this strategy just doesn't work anymore, or I start to question things like that, and then I'll then you'll go back and you'll try to change your trading strategy. Again, wrong thing to do. Trading strategy is what's got you to profitability in the first place. Now, if you're not a profitable trader, that's where you got to find your profitability first. But once you find profitability, it's been proven, it's been back tested, you've been doing it for a while. Again, not every strategy is there's no strategy that's bulletproof out of there, and downswings will happen. You just got to be prepared for it, and then have the bankroll to back when that starts to happen, and it will. And that's where trading gets tough. Everybody thinks it's just green days, day in and day out. Again, those, you'll have those awesome, like I said, those green streaks, which are BEA beautiful, where it's just like, man, you feel like you just can't lose in the market. Like I said, I think, go back and look, but I think I had 47 straight just green days, just every day coming out of the market. Beautiful, beautiful run. Really ran up that P&L. And then again, those downswings will come. And knock on wood, I haven't had where that has come, where I've had 3. For me, a slump is if I have 3 trading days back to back to back where I take losses. That's when I start to really look at, is it my trading? Is it just the market conditions? Do I need to start to size down to protect the bankroll? And then when I see my strategy kind of come back in, start working again, that's where I kind of plus myself back up. But again, the mental side of trading is harder than the actual execution of it. But we may not get another trade opportunity here. Market just continuing a downtrend. Congrats if you saw the market differently than I did this morning and took the short, because that has been where the money's made, and it would have been a beautiful trade too, to the downside, because it's held the 9 moving average all the way down. You just go short and you ride the 9, and as soon as it breaks the 9, you get out. Which you probably would have got out somewhere around here on that close above the 9 moving average would probably been your signal. But a nice little trade here on the way down. But yeah, it's 10:58. Probably not getting another trade in here. Again, we're gonna close the day out after commissions, 1,742. One of the bigger losses that I've taken here in a while, but again, market really went against me again. Luckily, I've had that stop loss in place, because if not, if I'm still holding long here, I'll be in for a wild ride and a big loss here. But fortunately, market looked like we were going to continue to move up. We had that nice little volatility here. It got us to the green side, but followed by big breaks there. And then once the 9 crossed over the 20, you can see where my limit order started to kick in when I realized I was on the wrong side of this trade. But that's going to be it for me. Again, unfortunately, we're starting off Monday here in the red, but ain't no biggie. We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday here. Hopefully we have some nice trades in that day. We should, again, looking for a solid trading week here, but starting off the week on a wrong foot here. But that's going to be it for me. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Peace.